Breaking news here in the GBC newsroom. Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter has cleared Sheriff Butch Conway of any wrongdoings related to Charles Bannister's controversial DUI arrest in June. Now here's a quick look back at what's been going on. June 28th, Gwinnett County Commission Chairman Charles Bannister pulls up in a county car to a local establishment and drinks a few beers. A concerned patron makes a call and 4 sheriff's deputies show up and take a seat at a nearby table. Bannister finishes up, hops into a county car, and one of the deputies follows. Within a few minutes, he's pulled over, fails a field sobriety test, and is arrested and charged with DUI. He takes a breath test, blows a .000, takes a blood test. Result, 0 blood alcohol content. Controversy erupts. According to some, it was a setup by the Sheriff's Department. But was it? So Sheriff Conway calls in the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to do an independent review to see if he or his office did anything wrong. The GBI finished that report last week and gave it to the Gwinnett DA to make a final call. Well, he's made it. Sheriff Butch Conway and his staff have been cleared by any wrongdoing by Danny Porter. Now, GBC specially obtained that GBI report today. It's this huge stack of papers on the table. We've been digging through these documents all day. They talk about controversy on both sides of the fence. Now, some of these documents insinuate that Bannister has a drinking problem, citing reports of drinking while using a county car all the way back to February, and that his tolerance for alcohol may have made blowing a 000 a piece of cake. But some also say that this DUI investigation was outside the scope of normal deputy duties. Bannister's good friend and campaign chairman B.J. Van Gundy had this to say. Was there an open investigation into Charles Bannister, or was this a wild goose chase from the beginning? The February activity shows the beginning of a witch hunt that came to a head in June. As a regular citizen, it scares the heck out of me that a sheriff is doing these kind of witch hunts. Should I be looking over my shoulder all the time? Now, we are hearing reports that Bannister was warned by county officials in February about an alleged drinking problem, but GBC has not confirmed this. As for Sheriff Conway's camp, they say they've been cleared of any criminal action, which they have, and that these were concerned citizens keeping a check on a high-profile figure. And the sheriff himself released this statement today. As expected, the GBI report shows no criminal action on the part of any Sheriff's Department staff. He goes on to reprimand any inappropriate handlings his staff might have made, stating, I have ordered the deputy who arrested Bannister undergo additional training in DUI enforcement, and the supervisor on the scene has been verbally counseled by me for failure to contact outside agency assistance at the scene of the arrest after receiving instruction to do so by me. He's now requiring extra training on DUI and traffic enforcement for everyone on his staff, and is including an extra $200,000 towards traffic enforcement equipment. Now, another issue at hand were some alleged phone call discrepancies of Sheriff Conway on the night of the arrest. We have the phone records here. We find no inconsistencies. In fact, in a statement he made today, the number of phone calls I received from staff during this incident was not unusual given the nature of an incident involving a high-profile figure. Now, we still have more questions than answers. Things aren't up for us to decide, but for you to think about. Is it okay for a public figure to use a county vehicle for personal use? Who should be keeping tabs on public officials? And is it any official's duty to report just bad behavior? We'll keep digging on this story. Stay tuned for GBC for the latest. For tonight, Jessica K. King, GBC News.